when it comes to losing fat, you've probably heard it all before. You gotta eat in a calorie deficit, you gotta go training, you gotta eat less and move more. No shit. But here are 7 weird things that I do that actually help me get lean. And it's not the training. It's not even about eating healthy or doing cardio, and they work like a charm. Let's get into the 7 weirdest things that help you lose fat without even trying. The first weird thing that I do that actually helps me lose fat is what's called tari torgi. I don't know the English term for this, and in many cultures it's frowned upon as a sign of anxiety. In Korea we say you lose your luck through your legs if you do this. But what this is actually doing scientifically is your body is burning off excess energy. It's fidgeting, it's little movements that are almost subconscious that are constantly using micro calories and making your base caloric burn higher. The technical term for this is NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, and it's all the little movements, little side to side fidgetings, little shake of the legs, little finger twitches. All of these technically use energy, and throughout the entire day they actually make up a bigger portion of your caloric burn than intentional exercise that you do in a gym, than the intentional running that you do in your run clubs. It burns more than that. Think about it. Your little trips to the toilet, you're standing up, you're sitting down, you're adjusting your posture, walking down the stairs, all of that is bigger than your actual exercise. So one of the things that I found myself doing recently, and I caught myself a lot, is this leg shaking, this leg twitching. And if you do this, I'm not saying intentionally do this, I mean, who knows, it might even work, but it's a weird thing that if you do, you don't even know you're doing it. You're literally not even trying, and it's burning calories and therefore helping you stay in a deficit and therefore helping you lose fat. Next, the next weird thing that I do is looking at the mirror and flexing. Now, admittedly, I don't do this like, proper posing gym bros just there like with the perfect lighting. But what I do after jujitsu and after gym is I just check my physique. I also started wearing more kind of tight fitting clothes to the gym, because when you see yourself in the mirror, you're proving to yourself that the work that you did is leading to progress. And there is nothing more motivating for a guy on a progress journey than seeing his own progress. Actually, there's another thing that's slightly more motivating, is someone you like saying, "Oh my God, you look so big," and getting the external feedback. But we'll get onto that. You got to create self-feedback loops via tracking, via looking at the mirror to see that the effort is leading to results. There's nothing more demotivating than working out, going consistently to the gym, following these freaking fitness tips that you got from random Instagram guys, and then finding that your physique isn't changing. What the hell is going on? So first of all, you need an effective routine with consistency, with right execution, and that's what's going to give you the progress, and you have to see it to believe it to continue it. And by the way, if you want my training system that literally gives you that progress visually ASAP without burning out, just training 3 times a week, grab Aesthetic Body Blueprint below. If you want to get a free roadmap that's going to show you exactly what to do at each stage of your journey, whether you're starting as a beginner or you're an intermediate, I made an Aesthetic Body roadmap. It's completely free. It's down below. You could grab that as well. The next weird thing I do is I work deliberately outside of my house. Most people, if they have a nice little studio like this, they like to work from home in the comfort of their own home with the coffee machine right there. But I realized that first of all, if you work inside, there's no reason to really move. You're not gonna get the NEAT that we spoke about that high. You're not gonna burn calories from walking steps. And it's damn hard to get 10K steps when you work from your home. And as soon as you start to take care of your step count, which is one of the best ways to burn fat, you start to choose cafes and workplaces that are further away. Some people will start to park far away from their eventual destination just to get the extra steps. This is the secret to losing fat without even trying, is baking movement into your daily life. Now, the leg shaking was just almost unconscious, but this walking to a cafe can become routine. And if you start choosing ones that are slightly further away, this is baking into your life a base level of movement, and therefore becoming your lifestyle, which is the secret to losing fat without trying. Next, the next weird thing I do is treating carbs like dessert. Now, I only do this when I'm trying to get lean. Let's say over the winter months when I'm just eating what I want, I'm not necessarily thinking too much. I eat a bunch of carbs. I love carbs. I'm Asian, I'm Korean. Most of our great food comes with carbs. Now, having said that, when you're trying to get lean, carbs must be treated like dessert. What does that mean? You can't just take a massive spoonful of rice and just put like a bit of curry on it or a bit of like side dishes and just go to town, because the rice is is going to make you want more rice, and before you know it, you finish 3 bowls with kimchi jjigae and your calorie deficit has gone out the window. You gotta take small spoonfuls of rice. You gotta use the chopstick to get not that much rice with each spoonful. When you put rice on your plate, you put a little bit. You're treating carbs like delicious sugary desserts, and the moment you do this, what you'll find is that your carb ratio on your plate will go down, which will essentially lower the chances of you overeating and binge eating, which ultimately will help you stay in a calorie deficit, which ultimately is going to help you lose fat. Next, now I don't do this all the time, but I started doing low carb lunches a long time ago because I knew that that's what was going to get me lean. And recently, what I started doing is no carb lunches where I push all of the carbs to dinner. And admittedly, I don't do this every day of the week, but maybe 2 to 3 times a week I'll do this. And it gives me a lot of clarity and lightness in my mind and in my body. When you have carbs, especially a bunch of it, you'll feel brain foggy, heavy, and sleepy after lunch. Now, if you have no carb, you'll be so surprised that you could eat a whole ton and your brain is just as clear, your body is just as light, and you can keep going like that. What does that mean? You don't have the extra coffee, you don't lounge as much, you're just back to life. And again, that's gonna burn more energy. You didn't have the excess calories. That's how you lose fat. Next, the next weird thing I do is I go on my pre-dinner 1-hour walks. It's a little bit weird because I don't just go on your standard walk. I kind of wander. I call it being like a flaneur. Flaneur is a term that denotes a certain kind of attitude when you walk, where it's just kind of a wander. You're not really directly going to a place. You're not just charging ahead trying to get your steps like you're trying to get 5K runs. It's just a very relaxed wandering where you look at different stuff, you get pulled into different streets. I do have a general route that I like to go down, but it's a kind of slow, relaxed walk. And it feels weird because everybody else is just directly heading somewhere, taking right angle turns, never just wandering, stopping, curving. Everyone's going on runs and you're just there, just chilling, walking really slow, sitting there, breathing, looking at the sunset, wandering around, almost like a grandpa. Honestly, it is a little strange, but why does it work? Because it takes stress down. It actually lowers stress, it burns calories, and when you have this combo, this is the most powerful combination you can have when you're trying to get leaner, is an activity that burns calories but lowers stress. And walking is one of the few things that actually achieves this, because a lot of other things, while you might think, oh, when I play sport I burn calories and my stress goes down, technically that's true in the sense that when you do exercise you feel endorphins and then your long-term stress does go down, but in the actual act of doing the exercise you're exerting a lot of mechanical stress and your body does go through a lot of stress. Like a lot of lactic acid actually builds up in your muscles, which leads to cortisol spikes, blood sugar spikes, insulin spikes, and hunger, whereas walking doesn't cause that. So try to do this where you do pre-dinner 1-hour walks if you can, and it is a game changer when it comes to getting lean. And bonus, if you can walk in that slow flaneurish kind of way. Next, if you put a human being in the middle of the ocean and you told him, I don't know if anyone's gonna come and save you, then he has very, very little chance of surviving. Whereas if you told that guy drowning, you know what, helicopter's coming in 5 minutes, it's gonna be hell for 5 minutes, but you're just gonna have to survive 5 minutes, that human being will find a way to survive 5 minutes. What does that tell you? When there is a deadline, when there is a finish point, you run towards it, you endure it, you have that end goal and you go after it. That is human psychology, so why not leverage it? Why not set a deadline for yourself like I did for the middle of June when I'm gonna go to this beach? It's not the final deadline, but it's a middle kind of deadline that's really encouraging me to get in lean shape for the beach trip. So set yourself a beach trip, set yourself a family trip, propose to that girl, have that deadline so that you can finally get lean and look good. And that's the way to leverage your psychology in your favor so that you can get lean in the weirdest way possible. Human beings, if left to procrastinate, you're just gonna keep procrastinating. You've already been procrastinating on the fact that you wanna get a six-pack and get in shape for about 3 years, haven't you? By the way, if you have been procrastinating and you're finally ready to take action and actually do something before a certain deadline, whether it's your wedding, whether it's the summer holiday, then apply for coaching below. I literally take you from where you're at to where you want to be in the shortest amount of time possible with an effective personalized program that's going to get you looking good and shredded as well. That's it. If you like this video, leave me a comment below. Tell me what else you want to see. That's it. See you next week.